Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we will see how can we use list to find out the proper indexing of the variable, string or any kind of integer number. It is easy process. We will see that how can we use the list in the Python language. So first of all we should know what is list and what are the elements and how elements are stored in the list. So list seems to be like this: square brackets, let's say any number 1, 5, 6, 7. Anything which is in a square bracket is considered to be a list. Now as you know that 5, 6, 7, but this 5 is basically in indexing. The indexing is basically start from the number 0. So at the 0th place, because indexing is starts from 0, so at the 0th place the number which is present is 5. At the 1th place the number which is stored is 6, and the second place at the number stored is 7. So exactly there are three numbers, but we start the indexing from 0th order. That is why the first element which is stored at the number at the 0th position is 5. After it, at the first position the number is 6, and at the second position the number is 7. Now let's suppose consider us a list of a variable which is supposed to be uh, fruits. So fruits is basically the list. I want to store so many fruits in the list of fruits. So the main variable is fruits, and I am going to store multiple fruits. Like this is the square bracket. Now in, because the fruit is a string, so we are going to enclose it in inverted commas, because anything which is stored in a string should be in inverted commas. So here it is. Now the first fruit which comes into my mind is banana, and the second is apple, and then is guava. Later on comes grapes. So these are basically four fruits. We see that how can we add more fruits in the list. It is a very common method, but for right now we are going to assess these fruits. So if I want to check if there are so many fruits like 120, 130 list of fruits, and you want to check at these one position which fruit is present, and at the second position which fruit is present. So it is very basic process. So if I am going to know what fruit is present at the 0th position, so I will see that this like that. First of all you have to print the statement any fruit which you want, fruits. Now square bracket, if you want to check what fruit is present on my first indexing or the second number, because I have told you at the second number the indexing is 1, because the indexing starts from 0. So the first number is basically 0th position, and the second number is the 1th position. So if you check the second fruit which is on the 1th position, then you will write 1 inverted comma close. Let's see what happened with it. Let's run the code. As you see that at the first position, which is this position, because the indexing in the list starts from 0, later on comes 1, later on comes 2, later on comes 3, although there are 4 elements, but because the reason of indexing starts from 0, so there are 3 elements starting from 0, because 0 we should count 0. So 0, at the 0 position there is banana, at the first position there is an apple. So I have checked at the first position, so it has print what apple, which is very right. Now if you want to check at the third position to clarify that what is present on the third position, so as you clearly see that at 0 position banana, 1 position apple, second position guava, third position is grapes. So I want to check either third position is grapes or not, so I will just write print fruits square brackets and list and the element which is present on third. So let's see what happened with it. So yeah, as you know that I have run the code. Now at the third position, the element which is present is grabs, so my answer is very right. In this manner, you can check a list of numbers, and at the certain position, if you want to know what element present in the list, so you just have to write the name of the list and respective indexing of the element which is present. So I hope you are very clear with it. Now if you want to add more fruit in the list, so it is very basic process. You can do it. I am going to write it in this cell. It is a very basic process. You just have to write the name of this list, which is fruits dot. You want to add anything which you add in the cell or in the list is called append. So I am going to append a new fruit. So I am just writing it fruits dot append. Now which fruit do you want to enter? Let's suppose I am going to enter which fruit? Orange. So I will write orange, invert comma close, bracket close. So what happened with it? Fruits, this is the fruits list. In the list there is no orange present, and I am going to add orange. So orange will be added at the last position after the grapes, because I am going to append the list. I am going to add more element to the list. So I have to just write the name of the list, which is fruits. After that I will apply dot append, because I want to add more element, and adding more element to the list, the process is called append. So fruits dot append, and which fruit I want to add? Orange. Now in order to check either my append fruit has been added or not, I want to print the statement. So I will write print, and with inverted commas, sorry, no inverted commas, just write in the simple way print fruits. Let's see what happened with it. So as you see that first, when we have assigned the fruits, there are 4 elements, but after appending to the orange, appending orange to the list, there are 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5, and the orange which has been appended at the last index after the grapes. So I hope you are very clear with the process of appending any element to the fruits. Now similarly, if you want to add two lists together, let's suppose I have a list of even numbers, which is 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8. After that there is another list which is odd number, which is 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7. Now you have to make another list, and you have to add both lists into the third list. It is a problem that you have to add two lists into the third one. So what will I write? I will write number. Let's suppose the third list which I want to append, which is, I am supposing that list is empty, because I want to add two lists, yani even number list and odd number list, to the third list, which is number, which is empty list. So I'm just going to assign it empty, because I want to add both even numbers and odd numbers to the list of numbers, NUM. Now what should I do? I will append, first of all I will append num dot append. So which list you want to append first? I want to append even number list first. So I will just write like this, and I will write even number. Let's see what happened with the code. After that you have to print the num statement as well, because if you want to check either my even number has been stored into the num list or not, you have to print the list, because without print you cannot see the list on the screen. It is very necessary to print this, print anything which you want. If you want to see anything you have to print it. So print num. Let's see what happened with the code. So it has been seen clearly that in the list num which was firstly empty, when I have appended even number to the list, these list this list even number list has been whole list with the square brackets. I am Let me clear, I am not assigning individual individual numbers to the list. I am assigning this process is basically for the assigning whole list to another list. Means I am going to assign everything which is present in the even number to the list of numbers. So this list, complete list with the square bracket has been appended to third list which is numbers. Now if you want to append odd number list, then number dot append odd number. Let's see what happens. So firstly, because I have append first even number, so it has appended 2 4 6 8. After that you have append odd number, so it has printed 1 3 5 7. So both the list has been appended successfully into the third list which is num. Similarly, if you want to if you want to add particular elements to the list, let's suppose again see the list which is num, and you want to add you want to basically append only these numbers without any kind of list into the num variable, and this number 1357 into the num variable, then it is very simple. You don't need to use append, you just need to use extend in place of append. Extend. Let's see what happened with the code. So as you have seen clearly that both the variables and their only their elements have been added to the list, not the whole list has been added to the third list. This is the process how you can add the individual elements to the list, or if you want to add two lists into the third list, then you should use append. And if you don't want to add two lists, you just need to add the elements of the two list to the third list, then you are going to use extend command. I hope you are very clear with it with the example we have seen. That's it for today.